Hello YouTube, and I am back, and yes, I'm going to pick at this wound again. I'm going to talk about Fayeyoko. Hear me out. So today, the company 9 Star Studios that did the TV show called Blank that starred Fayeyoko made a statement after 9 months of confusion, of lies, of shifting blame, of many statements that the company has made. The CEO, Juan, has on her Twitter posted a thread of tweets explaining her side of the unfortunate separation of Fayeyoko. I'm not going to link you to her Twitter. You can read it all to yourself. And the reason why I'm making this video is because within that statement, she claims that during Q3 of 2024, Faye and Yoko were unable, for whatever reason, to work with each other, and that she was the one that wanted to bring them closer to each other. Now, pause. I'm going to put a link in the description of the timeline of the separation of Faye and Yoko. And it's not the actual video, it's a reaction video by the creator named The Unsolicited Truth, or Nikki. The reason why I want you to watch her reaction to that video is because she's also, like me, an avid fan of Fayeyoko, an avid fan of TGL in general, and she gives a great breakdown and gives great context of the time frame and what was happening within those time frames with Faye and Yoko and what was going on and how they separated and what the company did and didn't do, and the lies that they spread and everything else. Okay, now back to Juan's, the CEO of 9 Star, statement and what she said about Fayeyoko. She listed a lot of things, but I wanted to focus in on this because it fits in with the usual lies of 9 Star Studios, specifically Juan. Now, within that time frame, Q3, what is Q3? Usually companies divide the year up in 4 quarters, and Q3 usually is like July to September, summer going into fall time frame of the year. So since she wants to cite this as like the start of the downfall of Fayeyoko, and they did not get along and couldn't work together on another project, so within this time frame, we've had, Yoko's birthday is towards the end of July. And unfortunately, around this time, Faye's grandfather passed away. She posted this on social media. She posted for everyone else to know. I'm not exposing anything. Faye let everyone know. And so Yoko was almost going to cancel her birthday concert. And because she wanted to, be there for Faye when she was grieving. There were videos of the funeral. It was very sad, a very dark time for Faye. And Yoko wanted to be there with Faye because, like I said, because she was grieving. And Faye encouraged Yoko to do her birthday show because at that time, that was the first time Yoko ever did a solo concert. And so, she was like, you rehearsed, you did all this hard work to rehearse for this concert, go out there and do it. I'll be there with you in spirit. And at the concert, you can see various videos of this because it happened last year. Faye sent a video message. It was very emotional. Yoko got emotional on stage. So that happened. Yoko was the first person that knew that Faye was going to open a hair salon before anyone else. Because before Blank, Faye worked at a salon with a friend of hers. And at this time, Faye wanted to own her own salon, and Yoko knew that. And, they were always talking about it on live streams, and she always indicated that Yoko would have a purple chair, and there was this whole thing, and the Phantom didn't know, but it was Yoko that let everyone know, right? There was always a closeness at airports during this time because they were doing so many fan meets, especially in the fall of 2024. We will always see them very close, holding hands, hanging on each other and whatever. And it was actually Juan most of the time that would verbally and physically separate them from each other time and time and time again. This is not fan service. There were no fans in sight. It was just them like waiting in line to get their bags, to go on the plane, sit down and wait, like you do in the airport, basically. But they were hanging on each other very close, and Juan did not like that, considering she would always separate them verbally and physically and tell them to stop being close. And talk about workshops. Allegedly, in this time frame, 9 Star set up workshops with Fayeyoko. I couldn't verify that. I don't know. But what I do know is that Faye and Yoko did do workshops on their own without the help of 9 Star back in January of this year. There are many pictures of this. It's in the timeline breakdown video down below. You can check it out yourself. Multiple pictures of them in January 2025. They went by themselves to do workshops so they can go ahead and get ready for 4 Elements. The GL that's combining Freen Becky, Inglot, and other couples to do this GL combination show. And right before where everything went wrong, the week before everything broke loose, the 9 Star Studios YouTube posted a vlog of Fayeyoko. And then the next week, which was Valentine's Day week, Fayeyoko were supposed to film another vlog for 9 Star. But that Valentine's Day weekend is when everything broke down. That's when everything went left and everything went wrong. So if we're supposed to believe that Fayeyoko did not get along, why did all that happen during that time frame? And there's more stuff that I want to include in there, but I don't want to get too deep into the lore of Fayeyoko. You can find it yourself from fans in that time frame, but even past that time frame, behind the scenes, Fayeyoko were always close. They always admired each other. They, always in awe of each other's talents. Very emotional when talking about each other and being very thankful to each other on multiple occasions. And basically everything she said here in this statement contradicts everything they said in that press conference, which was supposed to be the final time they addressed this whole drama. But since then, they've posted a series, so many statements about, please protect the artists, do this, do that. Oh, we're gathering evidence. Oh, we're doing this. Oh, that. And it's just the same stuff over and over. And it's basically find and replace, like on a Word document at this point. And it's super disappointing because you want the fandom to move on. You want Fayeyoko to move on. Like for me, at this point, I've made my peace of Fayeyoko being separated. And if Yoko were to leave 9 Star tomorrow, I would not get my hopes up like, oh, she's going to go over to Fable and Fayeyoko going to get... No, I'm not one of those people, okay? If they want to stay separated, even if Yoko were to leave 9 Star tomorrow, I would respect that because they are individuals. It's them at the end of the day. What I do not stand for is lying about the circumstances around the situation or just putting it in a certain way to where like, oh, well, leaving stuff out, leaving out context, leaving out the whole, story of what actually happened. So yeah, what do you think about this? Leave your comments down below and bye YouTube.